Welcome back to Off-Grid Rising. Today I'm going to tell you a little story about salvaging all of the interior doors for our new house off-grid in Northern California. So locally we have a place that's known as the Castle. And the castle was constructed in the 1920s for the purpose of being a hotel for the rich and the famous. Now, you may know from history that in 1929, the stock market crashed, and there were significantly fewer rich and famous to serve as the clientele for such hotels, which meant that it never actually opened. And in the ensuing 90 years or so, it's gone through a number of owners and a number of remodels, but they kept all of the original doors and frames in the basement. So last summer through work, I was able to develop a connection there, and I was able to salvage the interior doors for my house. And this actually includes some transom frames, which I'm really excited about because I like a lot of natural light. Transom frames have a window above the door to let in that light. So I'll turn the camera around and show you these doors. We have the doors right now in the trailer that we picked them up in, and they are super cool. So they're solid wood, they're tongue and groove constructed. You can see an example of that right there. I am going to repaint them, of course. For one thing, it's almost certainly lead-based paint, but they have these beautiful glass knobs, and I'm really excited about it. Some of them have just a single-sided knob, and some of them have a double-sided knob. The single-sided ones are going to turn into things like the pantry door, but the double-sided knobs will be for the bedrooms and bathrooms and things like that. I was also able to score some of the original skeleton keys for these things, which is just awesome. So my task today, as you can see, is that the door frames or door jambs were installed, and so they have nails sticking out of them. So I get to clean those nails out, and then they get to go in my new house. Here are the tools I'm going to use to clean the nails out of all of these frames. We've got a little hammer there, and 3 different types of cat's paws that I'm going to use to take these nails out. And it's just a matter of applying leverage to these nails and making sure you don't damage the wood too badly. We did pick up a couple extra frames just because some of the wood had splintered, and I didn't necessarily want to try and piece that back together. So, for example, this is an extra transom frame that we picked up because the frame itself is in good shape, and we can just replace the window part with one that has glass in it. But you can see that they have chains and hinges. So not only are these transoms windows, but you can open them and improve the air circulation in your house as well. So score! Really excited, and excited to keep showing you updates. Here's a better look at one of the transom frames. The windows were all painted over. So I am going to get in there with some stripper or turpentine, paint thinner, you name it, and clean all those out. But they should be super cool. I'm really excited about how vintage this is. And altogether, all of the doors for the inside of the house set me back about $200, which was a donation I made just because I felt like that was right. But it just goes to show you that salvaging can go a long way toward getting really cool features for your house. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. You might remember in a previous video, we were loading up some salvaged lumber that we had gotten a couple years ago, and it didn't turn out that we were able to use that in the construction of the house because it was somewhat oddball dimensions, but I'll be able to use that for chicken coops and garden sheds and stuff like that, so I'm not that worried about it. But often it does work out really well.